welcome back in, Geico OutKick Studios. Join now, one of the wildest, craziest, zaniest stories in all of sports has been the college football schedule in general this fall, but maybe the wildest one yet. Coastal Carolina was scheduled to play against Liberty tomorrow, and then on Thursday morning, the news officially comes out, Liberty has got COVID issues, and instead, BYU is going to be the opponent. We bring in now Coastal Carolina head football coach Jamey Chadwell, who is lined up for College game day to come to town tomorrow. All sorts of craziness going on. Coach, when do you become aware that you might not be able to play Liberty, and how does this entire BYU process come together?
Well, Clay, it was crazy. We had actually heard some rumblings earlier in the week that maybe they might have potential issues, but you hear that all the time. And then we're out at practice Wednesday, and really just getting ready to get off the field, and saying, "Hey, it sounds like this is not happening," and we think BYU's up. And I'm like, "Oh, BYU? Where did they come out of?" And, with game day being here and it being obviously a big opportunity for a university, we didn't want to not play anybody. And you start looking around, you try to find out who maybe has potential openings, because there are a lot of different people that have some cancellations. And, with the way G5 is this year, we're trying to get somebody into the New Year's Six. And we're not afraid to play anybody, and I'm sure BYU isn't either. They want a trip to the beach. They're out in Utah right now. So they wanted to make it happen too. So it came around that quick. I mean, we found out late Wednesday there was a potential for that, and then Thursday morning it got finalized.
So how do you prep? I'm assuming you guys were getting ready for Liberty, looking at tape, getting your normal game prep done, and then all of a sudden, record scratch, you got a brand new opponent to get ready for. How do you scramble and get ready? You don't know till Thursday morning who you're playing. What's that process look like?
Well, it's absolute chaos, to be honest with you. So Wednesday night, you sort of find that out. You're thinking, all right, there's a lot going on with this. So we actually started, breaking them down and doing the things you need to do on a Wednesday night. You have your young coaches, your GAs, et cetera, analysts start doing those things. And then we found out officially Thursday morning at about 9 a.m. So we're getting ready to watch our practice tape and do our last-minute preps for, Liberty. And you cancel it. So now we're in there. We're going through their games, and each coach has a breakdown segment that they're looking at. And when you're playing on a short notice like this, you can't come up with anything fancy. You basically got to do what you do, and hope it's good enough against what they do. And you just try to find a little bit of stuff that you think you can take advantage of. I've never been in a situation where you've had basically 2 days to try to get ready for a huge game, a game that, you're probably going in as an underdog. So it's unique, but, at the end of the day, what did old Pat Hill used to say at Fresno? We'll play anybody anywhere. So I think we're taking that mantra.
Well, it is good for you guys, because there is, and I'm sure you heard and have heard some of the chatter among other college coaches, that it appears some teams are using COVID as an excuse not to play games. I love this storyline in general from both your side and BYU's side, where on the spur of the moment, about as little prep as you could possibly have, you guys are doing the exact opposite. You're finding a way to play even when a lot of other teams wouldn't have.
Yeah, well, we did, in which, I give credit to both administrations and people to make that happen. And if game day's not here, does it happen? Who knows? But for them to be here and have that stage and to be able to put on, the top three, G5 team, two of the top three G5 teams in the country, that's a pretty cool deal to have, and for us to host that. And to be able to make it happen, and I think that you give credit to both coaches to want to make it happen, and it should be a heck of a game and a definitely a fun one. And the Mullets versus the Mormons is what it's going to be called.
I love that, by the way. What has it been like since you found out game day was coming to Coastal, and then you have this record scratch moment where suddenly Liberty's not able to play, but then BYU stepping in? I mean, where does this week already rank among the wildest weeks of your life, or is it already there before you even get to the game itself?
Well, it's pretty close. When they come, I mean, that's for our level, for a G5, that never happens hardly. And that experience and then finding out when they're coming, I mean, you're thrilled, you're excited, there's nervousness, there's anxiousness, because they rolled in here Tuesday 6 deep of semis, and they're
Yep.
taking over everything. I mean, it's a whole big, extravaganza. You know that. And then you go from the excitement of that. Then you hear about Liberty, and then you're worried, man, are they going to be? Are we not going to be able to play and not going to be able to experience that? So then you start getting a little worried, and then obviously you got to find out an opponent, and then you get even a bigger one, a bigger opportunity there. So I think we've had the range of emotions. It's been a crazy week, and we still got a day to go, 24 plus hours to go before kickoff. Who knows what's going to happen?
So how big is this for the Coastal program?
Arguably, obviously, I wasn't here during the FCS days, but arguably this is the biggest game, biggest stage that we've ever had in our history of our program. So it has the opportunity to be a program changer, be a program definer. And what we're doing as far as the landscape of college football, we go out and find a way to win this football game. I mean, we're in a serious consideration for a New Year's Six Bowl in our 4 years of our existence. That doesn't happen, so it's a big one. It's a big opportunity.
Have you gotten your wife's van fixed yet? Because I know that there obviously is a big game going on, but I remember I think we wrote a story about it at OutKick. You were asked about your interest in the South Carolina job, and you said your wife's van had a check engine light, and you were more worried about that. Is it fixed?
It is fixed, and she's as you know, she's a special lady. She's the type of wife that allows you to coach college football. She's awesome, and so right now she's got me trying to put together this dang thing in her bedroom, and it's taken me about 3 weeks, and it's supposed to be like 2 hours.
What is it? Like some sort of credenza or something? Or I don't even know what a credenza is. I don't know why that word even came in.
I have no clue what a credenza is. That's a nice word, but it's basically like a set of Chester drawers. But you have to put it together. We didn't want to buy it, so I have to put it together. And me putting together like that is trying to put glue sticks together. I just can't do it. So,
do you think Nick Saban has ever? Do you think Nick Saban's ever put together any element of furniture for his wife?
No shot. He's too busy doing some of those things. So I know I've got a good one. I got to hold on to her. I'll do anything she asks me to.
So when's the projected finish date for the chest of drawers?
I'm gonna probably say mid-January if I had to guess.
All right. So in addition, that's probably safe. That is probably safe. In addition to all the other things going on, you have got. I mean, your team is undefeated. You're ranked in the top 25. You got other programs taking note of what you've been able to accomplish. South Carolina, Vanderbilt, open coaching jobs. I'm not going to ask you to get into all the specifics there. But in addition to the chaos of running your own program, what is it like to be a coach and also have other job opportunities out there? I imagine this is a unique and first-time kind of scenario for you. What is that like?
Well, it's a challenging piece because there's distractions with that. Obviously, your name gets mentioned in some of those, and that's awesome. SEC jobs. I'm from Tennessee, as you know, so that state means a lot to me. And when you mention for that, it's humbling, and it's a great credit to our players and our staff because of the type of season. But also, those are questions that get asked over and over, and what that does is sometimes it takes your focus or your players' focus away from what you're trying to do, and it's a big challenge. And I've tried to handle it honestly and upfront, and with our players and team. And I told them, I said, hey, if sometimes these rumors get around, and if these rumors become more than rumors, I'll let them know. And I've tried to be upfront and honest with them there. And but it's really a first time on this type of stage level that you've had to deal with those things. So I'm learning as I go, so to speak. But it is humbling to have your name mentioned for some jobs, obviously like those.
We're talking to Jamey Chadwell, Coastal Carolina's head football coach. For people out there who don't know your team, and they're going to be watching game day on Saturday, and they're going to be watching this big game, rapidly scheduled game against BYU, what does Coastal look like? What would you hope that they will see on Saturday?
I think you'll see a team that plays with relentless effort. They play with relentless passion, and they play for each other. No matter who we play, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, we believe in ourselves, and we're going to play for each other, and we're going to play for the university we represent, and that will show up on video. We have a lot of fun. We got some guys that have some long mullets. We got some guys that have some messed up hair. We have some guys that shouldn't be out there the way their bodies look, but they love to compete. and we're going to find a way to compete, and we're going to find a way to get the job done. And that's what I love about our team.
You mentioned the Mullets versus the Mormons. Who has the best hair on the team?
Oh, that's close. I think I would have to go with. I'd go with two: Teddy Gallagher and Silas Kelly. They're our linebackers, and they've got really nice mullets going. One of them's dyed his hair blonde, and he looks good. And then if you go beyond our team, we have a team manager. His name's JD. He's a spitting image. I mean, he's a doppelganger of Eastbound and Down. Kenny
Powers.
He's a doppelganger. Kenny Powers. He tweeted at game day and said, "Hey, I want to see my dad, Kenny Powers, be the guest picker." I mean, he's identical. His hair's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, does he have a jet ski?
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
All right, we're talking to Jamey Chadwell, who is the head coach at Coastal Carolina. Last question for you, Coach. How many hours of sleep do you get in a week like this? I'm just curious in terms of your preparation. How do you make sure that you are ready to roll come kickoff on Saturday for what is obviously a chaotic and exciting week for you and your program?
Well, on a normal one, you're not getting tons. I try to get you got some late night Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then you try to catch up Wednesday, Thursday. At least that's how we do some things. But this week, because of the change, Thursday night was late night. Tonight's going to be another late night because you're still trying to get some things ready. So not much this week, but hopefully it'll be all worth it Saturday after a victory.
No doubt, and hopefully you'll be able to finish that building project in your wife's bedroom as well. Did you say your wife's bedroom, which, by the way, is a great line because it's really not your bedroom, it's her bedroom, right? Once you're married, you don't really 100%. Have a bedroom anymore. It's just hers.
100% it's hers. It's just a place for you to sleep. I view it like as my hotel room.
Yeah. We bought a new house about 4 or 5 years ago when we walked in, and we had this massive closet, walk-in closet, right? My wife absolutely loved it. And she was like, this thing is like, it's as big as a place like I would have lived, sometimes when I was growing up in college and early life. And I walked in and she was like, well, I don't know where your clothes are going to go. It was like immediately I didn't even matter in the walk-in closet. She had taken over the entire thing before we had even moved anything in at all. So there for all the single guys out there listening, that's your wife. But important always life lesson. Happy wife, happy life. And I hope you guys are happy Saturday with the game. You deserve it.
Clay, I appreciate you very much for having me on.